On to one of our headline stories. General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Minister Maithripala Sirisena, says that his life is in danger. Addressing a media briefing in Colombo today, the minister noted that it is clear that there is a campaign to destroy his political image through the incident in Pasikuda where his son allegedly assaulted another youth.
I am saddened. My son is not someone who would ever speak about the post of Prime Minister. I am amazed that they cooked up such a story. I am an individual who gave up the post of Prime Minister in 2004. Over the past 47 years, I have worked in the SLFP in keeping with principles and a vision. I am not someone who entered politics on a bed of roses. I was someone who grew up on the paddy fields in the village. I have been jailed on numerous occasions due to my political life as a member of the SLFP. I have been assaulted on many occasions because of this. And I was even shot at during the 84 Mulkirigala by-elections. I was someone who was attacked by the LTTE. I was attacked on 5 separate occasions. However, I was lucky enough to escape unscathed. Through this, they are trying to destroy the political image of the individual named Maithripala Sirisena. The minister added that he had given up an opportunity to take up the post of Prime Minister on an earlier occasion. The names of Anura Bandar Nayaka, Lakshman Kadirgamar and I were proposed for the post of Prime Minister in 2004 by the JVP. I protested against both the other nominations as well as my own and said that Mahinda Rajapaksa should be appointed the Prime Minister. It is because of this decision that I took that he was able to become the president and end the war. Because of this, he was able to create a revolution in the country as a great leader. The minister also said that he did not interfere in the implementation of the law with regard to his son concerning the incident in question. I went to the Batiklo hospital and saw the DIG's son who was in bed. I spoke to him. I spoke to the doctors and asked them to treat him well and give him any treatment he needs. I do not know if there was a mistake on my son's part because there were 2 parties involved in this. But I very clearly told the DIG if there is a mistake on my son's part, then he can take any legal action he wants and that I will not interfere in any way. When I returned from Calcutta, it was 2 a.m. I was in the police for 8 hours sitting on a bench. The Minister of Health also criticized the media coverage surrounding the issue. I do not know if they have a grudge against me. They began to attack me after the death of Bharat Lakshman in Kolonava. I cannot realize why papers such as behave in such a manner. It is a government paper. Who refutes this? Lake House is a government institution, but is a government paper that has more freedom. I know that they will destroy my life if they cannot destroy me through the media. I am saying this because I can feel something. My life is in danger. I know the reason why the media is actively going after this incident in Pasikuda. I know how this became the headline of every media institution.
A media briefing was convened in Colombo today by the Unity Through Power Devolution movement.
You can see 2 faces to the police. We have seen how the police bends over and ingratiates themselves in front of the powerful. The Jaffna police is inactive. Police officers in Mahayangane who act independently are transferred. We request the police to please behave as the police should. The police is a civil department. The police must never fall to this level. We need the police. We need a police force that acts independently.
You see it, you report it.
Sign up as News First You Reporter and be a part of the largest citizen journalism initiative in Sri Lanka. Register now. SMS REG space you report and send it to 7788 or email to youreport@newsfirst.lk or call our hotline 0114 896 896 or simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk/youreport.
News First, you report. You see it, you report it.
The tragic death of a schoolgirl while participating in a school sports meet in Galle has prompted action from the highest levels of government. President Mahinda Rajapaksa has instructed the Ministry of Education to subject students to a medical examination prior to participating in sports events. The President's media unit said that the President had issued these instructions this morning. The President had taken this decision after taking into consideration the death of a student from the Rivisanda Central College in Aranayaka who died while taking part in the 5,000 meter track event and other similar incidents. The President's media unit added that the President has instructed that this be done through coordination with the Provincial Ministers of Education, the Ministry of Sports and other institutions including the Ministry of Health.
Catch the young leaders, the bright young things. Brainstorm and debate at the India Today Conclave, March 15th and 16th, 2013 in New Delhi. Register now at www.indiatodayconclave.com.
Official partner, News First, Sri Lanka's first global news brand.
An event to commemorate the death anniversary of the late Vijay Kumaratunga, who was a renowned actor and a politician, was held at Bishop's College, Colombo this evening.
The event was organized by the Vijay Kumaratunga Commemorative Foundation in view of the 25th death anniversary of late Vijay Kumaratunga. President of the Centre for Policy Research in New Delhi, India, Professor Pratap Banu, delivered the commemorative speech. A book titled Vijay, compiled by former President Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, was also unveiled at the event. A short film depicting the life and social services rendered by late Vijay Kumaratunga was also screened at the event.
Proud to be here as a Sinhalese who is fighting for the oppressed people in this country, no matter whether they are Sinhalese or Tamils or Muslims.
By and large, the world is rooting for South Asia. It's the one zone of kind of great power agreement in some ways, right? The world also knows that if South Asia doesn't get it right, there is no future for humanity. So unless we begin by saying, look, we have to be prudent, sure there are some technical issues here and there, but fundamentally we have to trust ourselves that the world is an opportunity and not a threat. Right? We cannot liberate ourselves from our narrow horizons. Right? If you see the whole world as a conspiracy against you, nothing is more disabling than that. Nothing would perhaps serve Vijay Kumaratunga's memory better, right, than if we actually seized the promise of this moment. All our elites, political, bureaucratic, civil, military, and recognize that South Asia can now move beyond being a perpetual underachiever. That we can create a civilization where lives like Vijay Kumaratunga's will not be cut short by political violence.
Well, in any country, culture or community, there are a handful of people whose deeds make them immortal. Vijay Kumaratunga, a man born of this soil, is one example of such people whose memories are etched in the heart of the nation.
A humanitarian, artist and politician, Vijay Kumaratunga came into this world on the 9th of October 1945 in Sidua, Katana. A prominent figure in Sri Lankan cinema, Kumaratunga drew much acclaim for his acting. The vacuum left in the cinema industry by the demise of a man whose repertoire spanned from Hantane Katava to a portrayal of Christ can never be filled. A true humanitarian, Vijay Kumaratunga also engaged in politics while acting at the same time. In 1977, he contested the parliamentary elections on the Sri Lanka Freedom Party ticket from the Katana electorate. Following the 1982 presidential election, the government at the time used the state of emergency to imprison Kumaratunga on unfounded premises. Vijaya, who by this time had married Chandrika Bandaranaike, was a father of two. Vijaya worked tirelessly to act as a bridge between the north and the south in order to seek an end to the war. However, with the unthinkable and cruel assassination of Vijay Kumaratunga on the 16th of February 1988, this dream of unity, coexistence and harmony was lost to the nation. Vijay Kumaratunga, who was the most popular silver screen figure at the time, was also the most popular political figure at times. His extraordinary human compassion has ensured that even today, more than 2 decades since his demise, the memory of Vijay Kumaratunga is still etched firmly in the minds of the people, regardless of their differences.
5 persons found guilty of murder were sentenced to death today by the Galle High Court. The suspects had committed the murder on the 23rd of October 1998.
The 5 convicts were charged with murdering a man in Walakumbura in Nagoda, Galle. 7 suspects had been produced before courts today and 5 of them were sentenced to death. Suspects number 6 and 7 were acquitted by the court. The first and second suspects served in the Sri Lanka Army. Reading out the sentence, Galle High Court Justice KBK Hirimburegama said the charges against the suspects had been proven beyond reasonable doubt.
Ganeshan Krishantan, a News First U reporter from Nuwara, filed this report on a dilapidated bridge in his area.
This is the Kotagala area in Nuwara. School children and estate workers have to cross this bridge amidst many difficulties. The locals request the authorities that this bridge be renovated.
Up next is Action TV.
Over the past 2 days, Action TV has focused its attention on the activity of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board. The board was founded as the Sri Lanka Hunger Eradication Campaign and functioned as such for 28 years until it was closed down in 2001 and re-established in 2004 as the Food Promotion Board in accordance with the original act. The Action TV exposés were based on the fact that the subject minister had approved the payment of wages to the deputy chairman of the board, who is in accordance with the organization structure approved by the Management Services Department in accordance with the original act, is not entitled to such payment. 2 senior officers of the Ministry of Agriculture who arrived at the head office of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board this morning laid the foundation for an investigation into the facts contained in the Action TV exposés. Action TV revealed yesterday that as a result of the Ministry Secretary limiting action taken against the Deputy Chairman of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board for financial irregularities to advise only in October, the Deputy Chairman had also engaged in financial irregularities in the month of November as well. Although the Ministry Secretary dismissed the Deputy Chairman following the second instance of financial irregularities 53 days later on, the first day of this year, the subject minister saw fit to overdo that decision and reinstate the Deputy Chairman. After the decision taken by the Ministry Secretary as the Chief Accounting Officer and Disciplinary Authority of the Ministry was annulled by the Minister, it was the Secretary himself who had made to justify the reversal. The Secretary issued a written notice stating that the Deputy Chairman of the Sri Lanka Food Promotion Board had been reinstated based on the recommendations of a 1-member committee appointed by the Minister to make inquiries into the activity at the board. The inquiry was carried out by a special officer at the Sri Lanka Administrative Service. At the time he retired, this person was attached to the Ministry of Culture and Heritage. The individual who held that ministerial portfolio at the time is the current Minister of Agriculture. The special grade officer of the Administrative Service has clearly stated here as to what the inquiry entrusted to him by the Minister is. According to this clarification, there is no way in which the financial irregularities committed by the Deputy Chairman could have been investigated and recommendations submitted. Although the special grade officer has stated in his report that the officials responsible for numerous fiscal and administrative shortcomings in the Food Promotion Board must be held responsible, he has taken care to not point a single finger at the Deputy Chairman, who at times has seen it fit to even overrule the chairperson. Of all the recommendations in the report, the only one that has been implemented to date is the recommendation that the Deputy Chairman should be reinstated, a recommendation that should never have been included in the report in the first place. The heads at the Food Promotion Board who have failed to implement any of the other recommendations have for the past 2 months been engaged in an operation to legitimize the Deputy Chairman's salary.